Hey guys, Jim here. Wanted to share with you now a recent acquisition, actually a recent gift that I received kind of as a surprise from a friend of mine overseas who just, shouted out, gave me an email and said, oh, hey, by the way, keep an eye out. There's a package arriving for you. Wouldn't tell me what it was, wouldn't tell me what was in there. And I was rather overly pleasantly surprised when I opened up the box, because inside comes a knife from a maker that I've never had a chance to sample for myself, and I've always been curious about. So this actually worked out really, really well. So to my friend, thank you very much. This is an amazing gift, and I'm very, very appreciative to be the recipient of this. Very humbled, very humbled. I actually almost don't know what to say, so I'll just leave it at a thank you. So what this is a Jason Clark hybrid Wharncliffe. And before I open this up, I want you to just kind of take a look at the beautiful lines of this knife, both in the shape of the handle and the way the frame kind of, or excuse me, the blade kind of forms a hump outside of that frame. Then you look at the alignment of everything and how tight the tolerances are where the blade sits in between the two titanium liners. This is absolutely beautiful. This was a really artistic hand-built custom. So what we're looking at here is titanium liner lock with beautiful carbon fiber titanium bolsters, Bowler N690 steel, and beautiful handwork done throughout. If you take a look at the back of the flipper, this checkering that's been done back here is perfection. It doesn't dig in, it doesn't tear up your skin, but it provides the absolute perfect amount of traction to get that flipper open. Then you look at the hand checkering that's been done back here. I'm not really a backspacer guy, but with that decoration on there, I really, really love it. Now here's the funny thing about this knife. It is slim, it's slender, it feels like a gentleman's folder in a way. It looks a lot smaller than it really is, and even when you're holding it in the hand, it feels a lot smaller than it really is. Let's actually show the blade before I do the size stuff. So there is his hybrid Wharncliffe blade. Beautifully done. I mean, this is very classy, very elegant. There's the N690 stamp on there, IKBS. And a beautiful false edge. This top swedge is astounding. And that's really what gives you the surprising look of this knife. It almost looks like it's upside down all the time. I've never had a true Wharncliffe. The closest I came to it, and I guess it is still a true Wharncliffe, was the Browse Silent Soldier folder. This is a little bit more of a traditional look in my opinion, and it's just so cool with how funky the handle is. It's almost like the knife is upside down. You almost want to hold it like this. Matter of fact, when I first opened it, my wife asked, she goes, why is the blade upside down? Now let's give you some size comparisons here. Now again, this is going to be a lot bigger than you would think it is. And then the weird thing is, even when you're holding it in the hand, it doesn't seem as large as it is. So we're going to put it up right next to my Chris Reeve Om Nums On. You guys know this knife if you saw the review, customized by Chris Martin at Phantom Steelworks. It is dead nuts the exact same size. I don't know how it's playing on camera with the angle of my camera on the tripod, but it is dead nuts the exact same size. Put it up next to my Quaken here, and you see it too is almost identical. The Quaken's just a hair shorter. Now the funny thing is, you feel the Om Nums On, and you know this is a tough, strong, meaty, robust knife. I kind of categorize the Clark almost like holding the Quaken. There's something delicate, almost, when you hold the Quaken because it's narrow in so many dimensions. That's how you want to feel about this when you hold it. But then you realize the incredible lockup that this has, no blade play whatsoever. Titanium and carbon fiber. It's certainly not made to be weak, not in any way. A very smooth operation. Now, it's not one of those lightning fast flippers, but it is incredibly smooth. It's like taking if Chris Reeve made a flipper, that's probably what it would be. It wouldn't be lightning fast, I wouldn't assume, but it would have that incredible smoothness that we feel out of the Sebenzas. That's a lot like how this feels, except this is actually a little bit smoother. And you have to be really careful. The flipper down here, it will act a little bit as a finger guard, but not enough if you disengage the lock and the blade drops. And it will drop all the way down. And that's actually, some guys noticed this in my last video, that's actually why I have all those nicks in my thumbnail, was from playing with this knife and realizing, oh shit, it just drops right down onto your thumb. So you have to be mindful of that. It is incredibly smooth. And for some people that could be a good thing, and some people that could be a bad thing. If you're an idiot like I am, and you haven't learned after the first time that it's going to come down and cut your thumb, it could be somewhat problematic for you. I just love the flowing lines on this. This is something that I'm definitely going to be using as a carry on my lighter days when I'm wearing shorts or dress pants. The odd occasion I'm actually wearing dress pants because it's so lightweight. I mean, this thing can't weigh but maybe 3 ounces. It's incredible. You'll see also the jimping that's been done on the lock bar. There's the lock engagement. It's a pretty early, damn early lockup as a matter of fact. There again you see the checkering done on the flipper tab. Nice detent. It's not overly strong, but it takes quite a bit to shake that blade out. The fit and finish is superb. I've been looking and looking and looking, and I cannot find a flaw. You guys know me. I will search for a flaw in anything. Not to nitpick at it, but to always remind myself that any assembled product can have a flaw, and you have to be careful not to overpay sometimes just because you like the beauty of an item, and then you get it and go, oh shit, this thing's built like crap. I've yet to really find a flaw on this anywhere. It is seamless integration of all the components. It feels great in the hand. Everything is rounded off just enough to have that nice concealed carry fit. The only thing that I would find to nitpick is probably the clip. The clip stands out a hell of a lot. It's a useful clip. It's got great retention. It's going to drop in the pocket easily. I do prefer a shorter clip over a really long clip. But it really sticks out a hell of a lot from the knife. So if I were to say there was one thing I would change on the knife, it would be the clip. But it's functional and it works and it's fine. This is not a knife I'm really going to be doing any kind of really hard cutting tasks anyway, so I'm not going to be, gripping down on it and stuff like that. So I'm not that worried about it. This I'm going to kind of treat more as a gentleman's folder. It's going to reside in the pocket. It's going to cut finer things, little things, cut a little piece of fruit or cut some envelopes open or maybe even break down a small box. I save my more hardcore chores for more hardcore knives. I mean, that's what, you see, oh hell, I didn't even clean my blade. You see, as beautiful as my own Numzon is, all my knives get used. It doesn't matter what it is, how much I paid for it, period. It's going to get used. And this one, I think, is going to be more of that, it's in my pocket, and if I need it, I'll use it, but I'm not going to search out reasons to just bang it up and destroy it. This is one that will obviously be in my collection forever, being a gift. I don't sell or trade off gifts that are given to me. Wonderfully generous. This is not an inexpensive knife by anyone's definition. It's high quality all the way around. If you visit Jason's site, I think it's clarkcustomknives.com if I'm not mistaken. You'll see some examples similar to this. You'll see different iterations of his blade where he does different swedges, or he'll do a compound grind. This is a wonderful little knife. The only thing I really haven't done with it yet, I haven't tested the sharpness. So excuse me for a second, I'm just going to reach over and grab a piece of paper. And let's see how effective this little blade might be. Yeah, pretty damn good. So overall, I couldn't be happier. Thank you, my friend, for sending this out to me. This is a keeper in my collection, something I've already carried once. I've only had it for 2 days, already carried it once. And it's going to get carried a hell of a lot more often. I can't stop flicking it and feeling that silky smooth operation. You know, IKBS is a really big deal. IKBS, any kind of bearing system, greatly enhances the operation of any quality knife, but it really is going to be the hand fitment and the detent and everything else, and all that coming together that creates such an incredibly smooth action. So I would say this: if you're looking for something a little bit smaller, maybe not a hard use folder, something that can be individually handmade for you to your specifications with the materials that you like, and a knife that's deceivingly large. It won't carry large, it won't feel large in the hand, and it certainly doesn't look large, but it's got a good sized blade, over a 3.5 inch blade. I think it's 3 7/8 if I'm not mistaken. So what you've got here is a super compact, super easy to carry, badass little custom. All right, guys, I'm going to cut it off here. I'm going to make this one a little bit short. I'm kind of on limited time. Just so you know, I have a ton of guest blade contributions coming in. You guys are going to be blown away. We're going to have a chance to experience together knives that, you know, most of us will never get a chance to see in real life. I mean, some really stellar, highly collectible things, some one-offs, some quality production knives as well. So thank you to everybody who's supporting the Guest Blade project. We're already up to episode 4 as of the day I'm recording this. Episode 5 will be up in the next 2 or 3 days, and we're just going to keep rolling along. I've got 4 or 5, 6 more people lined up to do it, so it's going to be a hell of an exciting series. If you haven't watched any of them, you should, because you're going to get a chance to see some really damn awesome knives. All right, guys, I'm out of here for now. Thank you so much for watching, and please click like, subscribe, share this with your friends. I'm trying to reach 5,000 subscribers, and it is a long process. Don't forget about the contest I got going. If you don't know about it, look in my video listings on my channel. There is a giveaway for my 5,000 subscriber dealio. All right, guys, thanks a lot.